Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Anne Marion. Today we'll be continuing our Let's Play of Disco Elysium. The last time we checked out the bookshop's haunting entity to discover it was no more than a die maker living on the upper floor. Hopefully today we can get more back on track and get back to the main case of the game. Let's get into it. Okay, so last time we had just spoken to this guy. So I'm thinking we just keep going over this way because I was too scared to go here the first day. And let's talk to this big burly dude. I feel like we're gonna get yelled at.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everyone else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
These answers are funny. I'm gonna go with okay then. I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work!
Yes, sir.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Okay, but what kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
So are you calling him a sheep rhetoric? Because he's spitting rhetoric? Okay. Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you!
He bellows to the gates.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
The loitering man hollers in return. What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
I shouldn't put the idea of breaching anything into someone's mind. Okay, I wanted to discuss something
The
else.
physically impressive man tower has turned his attention back to the gates. He ignores your presence.
Fair. Who are all these breakers, sorry.
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military cut. Oh.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I see. So these people aren't a part of the union.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
I mean, Kim, look at him. He's assertive. If you're assertive and confident, a lot of people will follow you.
You think they follow because I'm big
Oh.
and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
He like totally just called me out. What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. What do the strikers want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Maybe he can't afford new clothes, and that's what he could get. Ill-footing, what does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
I feel like I'm gonna get punched in the face. Or maybe not. You wearing new clothes? Whoops.
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists
Damn,
in
dude.
the air.
I just
The
want to
clothes
know.
are obviously not his.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, that's clear.
Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay. I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity, going to figure out this strike mess.
Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
Might be. Might be. Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
No, because we have no memory.
Pretty okay as far as lies go.
Never heard of it, are you lying? Maybe we play along and see. Yeah, I think I've been there.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Oh, fuck you. Okay. The man is quickly losing interest in talking with you. Okay, no,
What's it to you?
let's
Big mess.
see.
Every once in a while.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain. Worked at
Pretty okay as far as lies go.
Never heard of it. Are you lying?
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
Damn it. Will he not talk to me now?
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I wasn't done asking you questions.
Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
We'll see.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
I actually need to speak with the union
Have
boss.
fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. Why you want to meet that fat asshole?
Damn. I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
His reply is snappy and terse.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Why so tense?
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us
I wonder if I can get anything else out of him.
Have fun. Right to work!
I don't know.
We are not picking pity.
Okay, no, Kim will
Let
probably stop me
us-
from saying,
What's
yeah,
it to
let's
you?
go. Routine part of the investigation.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
Makes sense, I guess. Never mind, not gonna
The
pry.
man has turned his attention elsewhere. He shakes his fist slowly while observing you
Okay, I guess
from
we're not
the
gonna get
corner of
anything
his
else
eye.
out of him. Okay, let's go talk to the guy on the railing. I'm surprised no one's coming up here to, like, smack his ass. Not smack his ass, kick his ass.
You a scab now?
The man with jelly eyes winks at you. What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
I mean, yes and no, bro. Because, like, what are they supposed to do when they need money to live? Hold on, where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if to try to ascertain what they're scared of. Being homeless, dying, not having enough money for food. There's a lot of reasons to be scared. Call me Manana. I probably screwed that
Personally,
up.
I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Dude, it's just like it's so not like one side or the other. It's so shake your head. It's better than begging. Come on.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. These scabs ain't begging. They ain't holding on to their integrity.
Let's see what this does. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm a scab, poor and downtrodden. Wave your fist. Right to work.
Good one, officer. Don't worry. We here have solidarity with the RCM.
Okay.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
He chuckles, then realizes.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you'd know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
I'm just asking you questions, dude.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So, Kuno used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. So probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing. But
Kim's
okay.
like, bro, we're
Let's
wasting
find
so
all of
much
it.
time. And you're adding more to it.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
That's totally understandable.
A mezque is epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Asking someone who is striking for money is funny. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
He flips a coin towards you. Oh, am I gonna miss? Come on.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Thanks, dude. That's really nice of you. Appreciated.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to...
He nods towards the protesters.
You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing, though.
The Union has problems getting by.
Nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess. Cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike, though.
Every little bit helps, you know.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
He looks at them in disbelief. What's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
I need to get past the gates and speak with your boss.
Oh. Good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard?
He might have information about a killing that took place behind the hostel.
Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not?
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
He takes a swig and points up the stairs with his flask.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
That simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there.
Oh.
Walk right past him.
Ah. I see. Right.
Then press the button to unlock the door.
Uh-huh.
Then go past him again.
Okay.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult?
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Yeah, that's totally not happening.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Has anyone ever... Excuse me. Has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
He fixes his eyes on you, evaluating your prowess. Yeah, I know.
Sure.
The man whistles a jaunty tune, the wind rustling his whiskers. I think I did it. Asked him everything.
Magnesium-based life form. We tell them, hell no. You're about to become a magnesium-based life form. The age of the primitive carbon man is done. No longer must mankind rely on slow-working background radiation to take us further into our genetic destiny. This is the era of guided evolution, and magnesium is the key. You are the first of your species. The next step in human evolution. An advanced magnesium proto-man who mags it up, drinks it down, and sniffs it sideways.
No, I'm not. Oh. Interesting. You want all of the armor pieces, deck yourself out in full metal battle-hardened glory. Note, this might take a while, like a long while. In order to succeed, the body has to be down, autopsy has to be finished, and Kim has to be absent. You wouldn't approve. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. So would that mean I have to do it while Kim's asleep? Let's quick save. I feel like this is not gonna be the play, but wait, what's this? A hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. She is cool style. He's gonna be like,
your body betrays your degeneracy.
huh?
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. I'm sorry. What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy?
You have succumbed to Al Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Smell your breath, Kim. Is it really so bad?
It's not good.
Damn it.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk, and drowned.
Well, I'm sure we don't brush our teeth, so... You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter the harbor.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
The ham sandwich race. That's a good
Does
one.
this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Oh. The fat racist over there. Point to the racist lorryman. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
I mean, it's okay to be a little frivolous, my guy.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Okay.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
What? Push him out of the way. I don't want to get my ass kicked. I do not have the gains for that. Come on, I just need you to move about 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
The situation is serious. Your people have probably killed a man. I need to talk to your boss.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
And why does it have to be war, bro?
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
Wow.
The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
I don't know if I want to do that. Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys? I don't know if I want to do that.
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Who do you mean?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Okay.
Interesting.
The lieutenant takes a quick note. Know anything about this mug? Show him the mug.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
This your kind of thing?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest
My
in
pathetic
it.
cup. I mean, it is a pathetic cup. You're not wrong.
He had nothing to do with it.
Isn't Everard the Union boss white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront International Capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Excuse me, my throat is bugging me today. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing.
Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I have gotten it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine.
Okay.
It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race.
Okay, whoa, my voice. 1 second. That was weird. I was losing my voice there. Okay, I'll ask. Who are the Seminese?
The South Island race. Haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you.
The capitalized text makes me feel like I'm like messaging a elderly relative on Facebook.
We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
I feel like this is gonna piss him off, but I'm so curious. So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
Oh, he's gonna be so annoyed with us. So you're not really Seminese, you're just from Revachol.
I'm from
That is like
Couronne.
so rude.
And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Okay, we have extinction to come to terms with, apparently. Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
I don't
That
want
will
to...
be the...
That will be our lucky
He will
racist.
grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Eat shit. Don't talk to my boy like that. Ugh. I'm just gonna leave. I don't want to do.
We
I don't
still
want
need to get into the harbor. There's an interview to conduct. There must be another way.
He gazes. His gaze wanders over the whirling roof to the yard.
Try the jump. Up there on the roof. It'll be worth it. Else there is little choice but to figure out a way to deal with the man.
I refuse to conceptualize
As you
his
turn, a bright
rhetoric.
light catches your eye, making you squint.
Where is it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Man, I can't believe you insulted my boy like that. Leave Kim alone. Excuse me. Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bai. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Wait, what's that about a ludicrous fantasy world?
Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heartbreak. A pulmonary tract infection. Atherosclerotic disease. This is where you say action and reconceptualize all that. Reinvent it as the world's first celebrity police officer. This is the beginning of your legend.
Fuck it. Action. I'm
With a
scared.
sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
So we got a new thought. Some kind of superstar. Oh, I don't want to do that at all. Okay. I Need to get those shoes so I can get the jump. But first, let's go see if we can get money from that lady. Because I don't want to sell the cube. Can I talk to anybody here? Oh, what's this?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. It is a seal of Royalist-era Revachol.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Gross.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously, hoping it's over.
A foreign car kept in good condition. Ooh, money. What's in here? Damn, I really did not look over here carefully. Ooh. I think right now I have the... Ooh, maybe that can help with the frozen ice cream thing. Let's talk to this person, though.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
That is so rude. Snap your face. That is rude. Nope. Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is,
Darn,
your
I have to be
words fail
rude.
to reach
Oh,
her.
damn, that was loud. My mic just peaked. Hopefully I edited it. Snap your fingers in front of her face.
Wait,
This lieutenant stops you before you can snap.
she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
If you say so. Fair enough, Kim. She probably doesn't know anything. She's probably reminiscing. Would have been rude to interrupt her. I agree. Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Have we? I don't think we looked at this either.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane. Not a good track record of mental health in that family. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury,
Jesus.
starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. during the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices.
What's the point of hoarding that much wealth, really? What's the point?
He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
Wait, really? There's no way that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
So he was addicted to nose candy, a bloated druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
Okay, what is nose candy?
Cocaine.
This is a lot to process.
His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
Okay, where is he buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
I mean, sure. That's brilliant. So funny and nihilistic.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness.
Yeah, that's
than
what
the
I
young
figured. Like, it's just
Iranists.
kind of in bad taste.
Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
What indentations? What do I see?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Lieutenant, has someone shot the king? Point to the indentation.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Political. It's a king and he's shot.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
He takes a note in his notebook.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
Okay. Oh, is it a... Oh,
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco-Negros
What?
and the Solas.
Wait, what?
It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
Oh, and then there's pawning stuff off to that suspicious Roy guy.
Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shake 'em for shit and then pawn it off. Law officer style.
You could say I took some money from that Manana guy too.
You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider.
This is so silly. Can't say I didn't make that Sealand guy give some of his money either.
Can't say that. You shook him. You're a killer. A shark.
I guess I've made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself.
What?
Are you rich?
No, I'm actually not.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
The system is broken.
The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor?
It's because of that Gart guy riding my ass.
The Gart man has set himself up one of those self-replicating money structures. You should learn from it. Don't play the victim. Think hustler. Think with your head.
This is that is racist as fuck. Fucking taxes, man.
That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
Damn. We fart a lot. Like, we fart a lot. Like, we built to fart a lot. I'm sorry.
Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachol?
Really? Every time I sneeze?
Every time you wipe your ass. They got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony. One tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for. That makes them ask for more money from you. Here, total tax duties add up to 98% of all your money.
I wonder what this will give me. I'm so curious. No fucking way. I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now.
Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furiously on the tax issue.
Got a new thought. Wait, is that bonus only from... I forgot how this works. I don't want to, like, these thoughts have not been that great. Like, I want bonuses, not... can I have some bonuses? Like, thoughts that give me bonuses? Ooh, what's this?
A Stars Riker, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie.
Who drive Who drives these?
Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
Hey Kim, check this
The
out.
Strikerbreaker KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
Hold on, maybe I can impress him. Do I know what happened last time?
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler. His banners were famously zephyr and white, the colors of the stars Raiko.
No, I'm just gonna ask him. This is funny though. What happened last time, Kim?
An old case for my precinct. A couple of Zhimsk migrants saw a Stajraiko stopped in the street, painted just like this, muddy brown. Murdered the driver on the spot.
That's crazy. I would have been right if I had taken the guess.
They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Zhimsk community protested the trial, flying the banners of some old king or whatever.
Wow.
5,000 came to protest.
Correction, 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Who are the Zeiss? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Simsk community?
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that.
What they sent? I can't speak today. What? Oh, it's because it's reset. What did they sentence the killers to do?
4 years for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years
Oh, wow.
off the sentence. That's the system.
All you gotta do after committing a murder is be sorry.
The prisons
Apparently,
in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbor are already full.
I guess, but
Prisons
that's
are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
Kim. Could our hanged man have been the driver of this car?
Could it be another Stajraiko murder? Honestly, that just doesn't seem like the type of vehicle our dead guy would drive. So my initial guess is the two are not related.
Interesting. Before we proceed, I've got an opinion on this paint job.
Yes, detective?
I don't know what I can't. I don't think I'd like it blue. I think it looks better brown and black.
Okay. I'm not going to honor kill anyone over this. But I've seen it blue and white.
Oh,
It's much better that way.
I'll take your word for it, Kim. He's like, don't worry, I won't kill you for having an opinion. Thanks so much. Does he have anything new to say? Because we looked at his stuff.
Looking for something odd?
Yeah, it's you. You're odd. Okay, let's go ask the lady for money. And then maybe we go talk to Kuno. Our little gremlin. I'm gonna quick save again, just in case. Excuse me. Hey, girl. Give me your money.
You're
You're
back.
rich.
Good. What can I help you with?
Wait. Can I not? What's her name again? Sorry. Oh my god. Stop it. I can't ask her for money anymore? That's some crapola. What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait, what if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus? I will slay it.
Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
Leave it alone.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
A grocery clerk when you have a nice expensive boat?
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Yeah.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
She leans back and rolls her eyes. So the strike is connected to the lynching.
Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget.
Oh my.
Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
I don't know what to think about that.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
I mean, there would probably be a better way of doing that other than a signature. Maybe majority, you know? The king is dead, long live the workers.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work.
Oh.
I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
The scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the Union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
Let's call them... Oh, wait, no, that was the only option I had. Let's call them strikebreakers. You put them there, right?
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
So... you did?
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Tell me about this Union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
You sound like you're about to take a rapier to him.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black
Ew.
treacle just dribbling down his double chin.
She stops and smiles. Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Well, wait, there are two of them? Of him?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Oh. That's so weird.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the Union itself, outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Yeah, they don't sound just a union, that's for sure.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I feel like... I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go with this one. A giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work.
What?
Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name.
What?
She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name. And I don't have access to the Union's files.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
The way, if I had her job, I'd be shitting my pants all the time. That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating
The
something.
information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My last badge is related to that.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing.
Oh dear.
She sighs with compassion,
I suppose
sadness
this does
even.
explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
Hehe.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
Yeah, I'm a little quirky.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't
Badge
share
titties.
anything more until I've seen that badge.
That's fair, to be honest.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
Feelings
Fuck.
will guide the way.
But madame, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important to me. It's the case I'm solving.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
You have so much else. I have only this. Spread your hands. This is the entirety of my
She's
existence.
silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
This boat, for example, and a home somewhere. I only have this case.
Officer,
Okay, okay. The carbon fiber hull creaks. I don't remember anything except this lynching. There's only this coast and this lynching.
you know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
Boo.
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting in. Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible.
I don't get why you just can't take Kim's badge, though. Like, girl. Like what?
The Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it.
Jeez Louises.
Or you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
How nice of you to say, Joyce.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madame. Bollocks. Okay, I don't know if we... There's something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge to hear it. Or perhaps if you did her a favor, she could waive off the formality. Whatever the case, you need to know what she knows. Kim, come over here. She can't hear us.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Oh, so we're her henchmen now?
This woman is running circles around us.
Yes, she
She might
is.
have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
What do you propose that we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No, If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I'll handle it.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
We could just, find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
And I have, literally no idea where it is.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Let's get back to her then. Here. We really shit the bed a
You're
bit.
back. Good. What can I help you with?
I'm gonna ask her about this first, and then we'll ask about the drug trafficking. Do you know something about these tattoos? Show her the photo.
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Okay, fair. Why? How is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching?
Better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
If you could see me right now, I just rolled my eyes
She
so hard.
wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
She pulls her hood closer around her neck.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
It's related to that medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
She puts down her thermal cup and looks at you.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I know these
Ooh.
all look good, but begin with the
No.
first, okay?
Okay, there's no way I'm winning that. Think of something close to you.
It
Ah.
remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Next time. Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby.
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
I mean, I like disco too.
She
Pretty great.
refers to your corresponding ages.
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities.
Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
What's the name of this island?
Caillou, as you already know.
It's Caillou.
Imagine a pebble.
Sorry.
A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her, and to humanity at large.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay. Who built this city?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Semenine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century.
The
380
DeLorean
years
century.
ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're in an unimportant part of an important place.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about...
She points across the water where the skyscrapers rise.
A collection of tall ghosts behind the water vapor, light reflected off their glass windows.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the Bank of the World building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Look to the sea.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time.
Say nothing. Observe the large body of water, swelling. Hold.
She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly.
Derealization.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
You're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Dude, he's right. My brain was like...
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Okay. Tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The materials come from Samara to Revachol through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
The lorries.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
She gives you a knowing look.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded here like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However,
She pauses, looking to the sea.
this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue.
She looks north.
Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
I guess that's true.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike.
Oh,
Many were squeezed to
that's
bankruptcy.
so
to fund it.
fucked.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night,
Damn,
most
this is
likely.
getting
Then loaded onto
insane.
lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
We already have some suspicions that one of the drivers was present at the lynching.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
She's not gonna tell us.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
Okay, I've made my mind up about the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
We will take this case, probe the drivers, see what it yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something.
There's 3? I think I've only talked to 2.
It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
I think that's it for now. Damn. This has so much depth to it. It's insane. Do you have anything new to say?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Mirror. So you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor art? Art for the body?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
And there's a little girl wearing the gloves there?
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you.
Because you took pity on me. Because I'm a sad little piggy, apparently.
I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again.
I knew
Damn
it. She looks at you a little sad suddenly.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Catch you later, Cindy. Oh, what's that? Can I look at this again? Sorry, I keep getting...
Just an ordinary
Oh,
wall.
I can't look at it. Oh, what's this? Oh, money and morale. Let's quick save. Girl, shut up.
Hey, what's that noise down there?
Oh. Hey, who are you?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice, despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
No trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
After the district?
That's definitely not his real name.
Exactly. You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did you? Look at Kim.
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again, snow blankets, the old patio chairs, and dead houseplants, and all the neighboring windows are black.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
Oops.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills.
I can tell that...
What were you doing?
Oh.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
I'm pretty sure he
No,
didn't.
not you.
And when?
Last week?
A downy blanket.
You didn't answer.
It was my...
He doesn't reply,
I guess that's it.
gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills.
All right, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Fuck. I'm gonna fail this, aren't I?
This
Oh,
isn't the place or time for questions.
Ooh.
Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind
I
the
don't know how I won
curtains.
that. Hey, listen, lower your voice. I am just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding. There's snow gathering on his hair and on his shoulders. A speckle of white against the purple that hangs loose on his slender frame.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. Huh. Can I get up there? Ooh. Oh, is there a key under it? Okay.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
The lieutenant nods towards a small rock on a soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that. Perfect. Okay. I think I'm going to end there for today. We're going to hard save. And next time we play, we'll try to get into this apartment building and see what's under that rock. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching the video, please leave a like or subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye!